Good Friday morning to you in the 04-05 offseason when Pete was frustrated with the front office with the way they were handling the negotiations. And we just showed you the quote, and I think it's on the screen. When my career is being evaluated for the Hall of Fame years from now, you'll still be fiddling with your formulas. Obviously, and D-Rose said it earlier, those quotes make Pete seem a certain way. I think he was just frustrated because of his commitment to the organization. Your reaction when you heard this?
Yeah, I think frustrated is a good word. I mean, we're going back a year and a half ago now. I mean, I pulled that out because I was in that story writing about the formulas that the Mets were using and whether they're working or not working. So that's why that quote is pulled out. This was a 3-hour meeting, so a lot was said at this meeting. And Pete was obviously, as you said and D-Rose said, very frustrated about the way things were going. He was coming off, if we go back, coming off of for him, his worst statistical season, right, in 2024, where he hit that huge home run against Milwaukee. So he had the fans on his side. He had that going for him, but he did not have a great market at that point with the qualifying offer. He had Toronto as a possibility, and they were offering a little bit more money, but he wanted to go back to the Mets, and he was obviously very frustrated. And again, it was a long meeting, a 3-hour meeting at his club in Tampa. If you recall, this is the meeting where Steve Cohen said Scott Boras didn't talk. He was sitting there, he didn't say anything. It was mostly Pete making his case for why he is valuable to the team. And part of it is obviously he plays all the time. You know, he said things like, I stand in the box. You don't understand what that's like. But, you know, he talked a lot about analytics and biomechanics and a lot of things that he felt would convince David Stearns that he was going to be better and valuable to this team going forward. And it ended up working out because he improved about 100 points on his OPS. And they did re-sign him. They gave him a 2-year, $54 million with $30 million in that first year. Got the opt-out, so he went up from $40 million to $54 million. Got the opt-out with the bigger salary in the first year. They agreed to it, and so it worked out for both sides. And then Pete obviously did opt out, and then eventually did leave the Mets. And as Mike Lowell said, I agree. The first base market is tough for whatever reason. By the analytics, it's not evaluated, I think, in some cases properly. And this is an outstanding player who's their home run champion lifetime, and he was just frustrated. But as I said, for my story, it was just a jumping off point to talk about the Mets. And it was one quote pulled out of 3 hours.
Context. I'm sure there's so much said in a 3-hour conversation. Right. Meanwhile, good news out of Detroit. This is good news, John Heyman. Tarek Skubal went in that surgery to remove loose bodies, and after that, the surgery was completed and the timeline was sped up. Tell me why.
Yeah, I mean, it looked great. When they went in there, it was only one loose body, so it's not even loose bodies, and it was moving around, so it was loose.
That was
but
the
they
funny
pulled it
feeling
out.
he was talking about.
Right. But he was throwing 98 miles an hour, and he was pitching fairly successfully. He could be even better when he comes back. And, originally they were thinking that 2 months would be the minimum. But this could have gone one of many ways, and no structural damage being the big key here. Loose body removed. Of course, he's going to have to build up. So it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks. It appears at this point, which is great news for them and obviously for him as well, as he's a free agent.
Of course, and we've been talking about what Detroit as a whole does at the trade deadline, and if that's the timeline, perhaps that changes things. We will see. In terms of teams with the best record in the American League, the Yankees right there at the top. More talent on the way. Robert spoke about Spencer Jones. I spoke with him in spring. He is a big guy, works so hard, beloved in that organization. Right. What's the hope for him?
Well, the upside, the ceiling is enormous because, I mean, the comparisons are to Aaron Judge because of the power that he has. I will say he doesn't have the most power in the organization. Obviously, that's Judge. But this is the fastest guy in the organization, right? So these are incredible tools. That said, he did have a 36 strikeout percentage in the minor leagues. Improved this year to 32%. As you said, the 41 RBIs leads the league. There's kind of a split on whether he's absolutely ready, but I mean, he's going to be 25 next week. He's been very patient about this. Look at that 958 OPS, so obviously performing there. But whenever you ask asked him, it wasn't like I want to be traded, get me out of here, whatever. It was like I wanted to debut with the Yankees, and he's going to get that debut with the Yankees in Milwaukee.
Can't wait for it. Shaping up to be a fun summer in the Bronx. What about this summer's trade deadline? I feel like we lock in on a few names and then we talk about them for a couple months' time because they are the hot names. And Christian Walker's name has come up. Mike Trout, how dare you, right, Robert? Mike Trout as well. Realistic possibility they get moved.
Well, first, Trout, it's a long shot because obviously he is 10-5 and he has the power to veto and he loves it in Anaheim, as we know. He's never shown any interest in being traded, but obviously they're not off to a great start. And, I mean, the one team that he might approve, and I don't know. I mean, people there don't think he'd probably approve any trade. They think he loves it, which it appears that he does. Could be Philadelphia. I mean, he is a Philadelphia guy from South Jersey, obviously a big Eagles fan. He's having a terrific season with 11 home runs, with a 979 OPS, leads the league in walks at 36. So he is back to being Mike Trout, and he will be coveted, and they could trade him, and obviously for them, save some money. But it's up to him. And Walker is having a great year, 950 OPS. I mean, he's been terrific, almost 10 home runs. I mean, he's batting over 300. He's obviously settled in there nicely in Houston. Their offense has been good, but the injuries and the pitching have not been good. And right now, it does not look like they're a contender. You never know with this team. They always want to be a contender. They never want to sell. They're never in the rebuild, but, you know, they could get a lot for Christian Walker if he came out. They put him out there. Certainly, the Mets could be a possibility, but there are other teams, many teams that he could help because there are a lot of teams really struggling offensively, and he's having a great year. And he's probably, if not the best first baseman in baseball, certainly in the top 2 or 3.
Christian's a worker. He's a tinkerer. I'm happy for him. John Heyman on the inside corner. Robert was in a great mood until you told him that Christian Walker was
Well, he doesn't want
now
Jordan.
he ruined everything.
I didn't say Jordan, though, so.
That's true.
Oh, that would be too much.
But you still ruined it.
He
Way
would
to
just
go.
walk out.
Hey, let's take a quick time out here on the show in Los Angeles. This is a huge
big series.
It's an interesting series at this stage of the year, D-Road. Look, we understand that there's a lot of baseball, a lot of things that can happen, but potentially this is an NLCS preview. Is there anything that you would be looking for as a player or analyst from this series, understanding that it's the beginning of May, that we could maybe use going forward?
Yeah, I want to see Saturday night. I want to see what Spencer Strider looks like second time out as he progresses, right? You start thinking October, it would be Chris Sale and hopefully a healthy Spencer Strider, 1-2. So I want to see him execute against a great lineup.
Mike, what about you?
What stands out, I'm going to take someone's thunder. Besides maybe Robleski, how good he's been, there might not be one starter on the Dodgers in this series that actually gets a start in the postseason.
That's a great.
You know how deep they are. Yeah. You know, you'd look and it'd be Yamamoto, it'd be Otani. They're just so deep that they can go into.
And that's no disrespect to the pitchers. It's
they're stacked. They're stacked. They can go 6-7 deep for sure.
Takes everyone on the lineup to get you to that point.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how this series unfolds, and you know that we'll be talking about it on Monday. What we learned in this early intriguing series here in the month.
We're saying bye to D-Road. Hey, good luck to Brooks today.
Yes,
big game.
4:30.
Yeah,
Go get him.
Big one, 4:30. Pray for us.
Do you know
He's not dying. He's just going probably to play golf and then watch Brooks.